Nick Steigerwalt here. I'm going to go over a little bit about rescue breathing. What this means is that you have a patient, a victim, somebody that you have found that the breathing's not working at all, or it's working but not adequately, it's really abnormal. And the heartbeat is working. So all we have to do is really fix breathing. Now with adults and children, this will vary, it will change, but for now we're going to go over the adult technique of rescue breathing. The basic technique really is one breath every 5 seconds. All right, and you do this for adults, and you do this for about 2 minutes. So you give them breaths for about 2 minutes every 5 seconds, and then you stop, you look for signs of life, and then you give a breath for every 5 seconds, stop, look for signs of life. It's fairly consistent. So there's a couple ways you can do this. One way you can do it is with your barrier device, your basic mask, and the other way is with your BVM. We call it a bag valve mask. A lot of people also call them ambu bags. So either way. It's all the same. So what I'm going to do here first is, let me go through the technique here. I find this victim and establish that it's only a breathing problem, not a cardiac issue. So I come up, I say, hey, are you okay? They're unresponsive. So I say, hey, get some help, call for help, get an AED, do something. The next thing is I do that breathing check, that head tilt, chin lift, and remember, we're doing this 5 to 10 seconds. So I'm going to check breathing. Now let's assume in this situation while I'm checking, this victim here is agonal gasping. Now agonal gasping, you'll see your victim do this. They'll take a breath, and you won't hear anything. You might not hear anything 5, 8, 10, 15 seconds or longer. This is not enough to support life, okay? This means the breathing's inadequate, it's not working. So always what we do when there's no breathing, agonal gasping, or inadequate breathing, we give 2 breaths. We give them a good start. So I'm going to give them 2 breaths. And because I gave him 2 breaths, now I'm going to go check the pulse. I want to make sure it works. Now let's assume in this situation the pulse is working fine. I feel the heartbeat, I feel a nice carotid artery here, but the breathing's still inadequate. Now I go into my rescue breathing mode. Now how I would do it with the mask, again, it's 1 breath every 5 seconds. So I'll give a breath, and I count to 5. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Notice I'm counting every number. People have this tendency to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, give all these breaths. We're emphasizing nice and slow and steady. Now, I'm going to practice this same technique, but with the ambu bag, or also known as the BVM bag. The best way really is to have the head of the victim by your knees. It's not always going to work. In your hospital situation, wherever you might be, you might not have the head right at your stomach. But improvise, do what you have to do. The key really is cover the nose and mouth, and we're going to do a technique called your EC technique. And what that is your fingers make letters, an E shape and a C shape. So I push down with my C, I pull back on the chin with my E, and I give a breath. And the key is, how do you know you're giving a proper breath? You see chest rise. So I'm going to give a breath, and I'm going to count to 5. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, breath. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, breath. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, breath. You're just going to continue this technique, all right, for about 2 minutes. And then when you're done your 2 minutes, look for signs of life. You can even feel for a carotid pulse. I'd recommend this, definitely being in the medical field. But the thing is, you don't want to take too long. You really want to continue to assist your patient. So this is, again, basic rescue breathing for the adult, 1 breath every 5 seconds. And that's rescue breathing.